In this lesson, you'll learn about the group block. As you know, it's easy to add many different Gutenberg blocks to a poster page, and it's super easy to move blocks around on the page. Unfortunately, that freedom also makes it easy to disconnect blocks with related content, and it's also tedious to move related blocks around individually. Fortunately, the group block solves these annoying problems. Let's jump into WordPress and take a look. So in this case, my related content is going to be a headline and a button. I'm going to have a call to action encouraging my visitors to subscribe to my newsletter and a button they can click on to start the process. So I'm going to start at the bottom of a page here, and I'm going to add a new block. And instead of going to the headline, I am going to start a group block. And the first thing you see is this group appender icon. This should look familiar if you've used the column block in the past. It's the same icon with the same function. You click on it, and you can add any kind of block you want. And that block then is added to the group. So I'm going to start with a headline. I'm going to set it down to H3. I'm going to add my call to action headline. So I've entered my headline, and if you look closely, you will notice that there is the outline, the border around the headline block, and then slightly below it and off to the side is a dotted headline. That group block is containing the headline block. The headline's actually in the group. So now when I press enter, I go down and Gutenberg offers to start a new block. That new block is also in the group. So I can go ahead and add my button. And now I've got a button underneath my headline. And as I hover over them, you see a little tooltip that tells me that this button is in a group and this heading is in a group. And when I move off to the side and select the whole group, I can move them around on the page together, up and down, over columns. They go everywhere together. Now let's say I've got another bit of text that I want to add to this group. So I've created a new paragraph block, and I've added my text. This paragraph is not part of the group above it. That's not a problem. I can just select the block, and with the tool that allows me to grab the block and move it, I can just grab it and move it up off to the side and position it anywhere I want within that group. And you'll see that I've actually been able to drag this paragraph into the group. So now when I hover my mouse over that block, you'll see that this paragraph is now in the group. Same thing, this group is still connected, so as I move this around, this paragraph will be moved around with the group. Now within the group, you can move the items around individually. So now I've selected the block instead of the group. And so now when I use the up-down arrows off to the side, you'll see that my paragraph gets rearranged within the group. And then of course, the group still works the same. Everything goes together. And they're organized in the same way as I move up or down. So you're not locked in. Once you've created your group of blocks, you can rearrange the blocks within the group, or you could move the group around anywhere on your page, and all of the blocks within that group will move together. And that's the Gutenberg Group block.